1956 Pontiac 4-door hardtop Chief. Maybe it's a Starchief? I don't know. I found a Chief trim in the back. I'll do that first. So the trunk is actually in really good shape. We're getting a set of keys made. Got to get all this junk out of here, but you can see right here there's the big piece of trim that's missing from the front. All these little bits of trim. Yeah, Chief. Oh, is there another one in there? Chief. It is a Starchief. Okay, confirmed. Starchief. There's a couple other things back here. We're gonna get this cleaned out. You can see right here. But there's some mud right here. A little bit on the other side too. Dual exhaust. I don't think that was factory. Someone probably added that. And I think we've got all the trim. We're gonna have to catalog it, but it even had the little piece that goes right here. A couple other things that I couldn't even figure out where they go, but like that one is definitely back there. Still got the little V8 thing on there. Still got the hood strips. The whole bumper's there. So she's a little rough, but I mean, she's all there. We're in the middle of getting tires put on her right now so we can roll her around. Story I got was about 2 years ago was the last time this thing was running. It was on the road like 5 years ago. And I know this car. It used to be up the road from where a friend of mine lived. And I'd pass by this car all the time, and I'd always slow down and check it out. And I know that it was being driven around as recent as 5 years ago because it moved. Like, I would see it in one place, and I'd see it in another place. And I remember remarking, oh, look, there's a plate on it. Oh, look, someone's actually driving that old car. That's cool. So, I have power washed it. It had a thick layer of grime on it. And I don't know what the original color was. I think it was white. Someone's painted it over with some, looks like house paint if you look really closely. Let me see if I can get to where you can see the texture. See the brush strokes? I mean, if it was automotive paint, someone used a hand brush. But I'm gonna guess house paint. I don't know. When I power wash it, I kind of expected it all to peel off because that's usually what house paint does. So it could be car paint, but it was definitely not with a hand brush. Windshield's in pretty good shape. In fact, all the glass is in pretty good shape. Got your quarter windows. So I've tried a little bit, but not a ton. But the back doors do not open. Neither one of them does. And I'll show you. This one opens up pretty good. Hinge is pretty good. This part right here, see, well, it's not as loose as the other side is. But you can definitely tell when you shut the door, this thing kind of moves a little bit. I know, it was a thing that these hardtops did, but I'll follow this right here. So, there's definitely some mud in the bottom here. We'll investigate that a little more. Running out of light here, so I'm gonna make this quick. See the interior. Still haven't cleaned it out. Only had time to clean the outside so far. I've been real busy this week. But you can see the seats. They're solid and they're there and they're usable. Of course, you probably want to redo them. Headliner's still there. Bows are beautiful and still there. I love all the chrome on this car. Usually chrome looks tacky to me, but it all fits on this thing, and especially those little hood stripes. Like, my buddy bought this car, and he's like, "Oh, check out this Buick I bought," and I was like, "Dude, that is not a Buick. I know those stripes. Those are Pontiac stripes." So, there you go. Yeah. I'll open the door and show the other side of the inside. Under the hood too before we go. So, alright, I've already got a guy working on keys on this one too. Gonna have keys ready soon. This guy shows, let's see, 90,000 miles. It's probably original. Who knows if the engine's been rebuilt or anything. We'll find that out probably when we get a good look at it. But the goal is to get this thing running next week and maybe driving. My guess is that it probably just needs a good cleanup and a good tune-up. Because if it was driving just a few years ago, chances are the brakes are still good. These old drum systems, as long as they're adjusted, they usually work fine. Unless they rust out, but it takes years to rust out. See, the glass is good. Oh, look at all that. Even the back glass. It's a beautiful car. You know, you guys up north, you guys will cream yourself for the condition of this thing. You guys out west, you're probably like, nah, I've seen better. You guys down east here, you're like, pretty much par for the course. Although I don't think this thing has seen salt. You know, it's a southern car. And, you know, in North Carolina, some places they salt stuff, some places they don't. I am up in the mountains. But, I don't know, it doesn't... You can almost always tell a car that's seen a ton of salt. Because they just rot everywhere. And this thing doesn't really look like that. I mean, yes, it does have... Oh, and I wanted to show you that. See, that's a little loose there. And somebody has definitely done some cheap mud work right here on this little sill. See that whole thing right there? You'll probably just rip it right off. That all needs to be replaced. Door panel, I don't think I have it. I think I do have the handles, though. We'll see. So, the other door cards are all there. This one I don't think I have. I also don't have the button for some reason. Alright. Let's get up under this hood before we run out of daylight. So yeah, did I tell you the story? Some guy came out and looked at this car, was like, I want to buy it. Let me take this carburetor home. I mean, like, so all right, this is 2 years ago. They got it running, and so this guy was like, let me take it home and rebuild this car when I'll be back on Monday, and they never saw him again. So you can see right here, 4-barrel setup. It's been covered. Thank goodness. There's my air cleaner. I'll set that back down. Anyway, show you the battery tray is pretty solid. It's all pretty solid. There's a lot of filth on it, but man, this is not rotten. You know, a few little spots. Everybody loves these rat rods so much now. This thing is the absolute perfect rat rod candidate. Look at them horns. Look at that radiator. God, that's huge. Bumper. So much bumper. Alright, well, that's about it from here. Oh, I should show you guys. The underside of the hood here is a little roached out. A little bit. What do they call that? Patina? A little bit right there. Looks like someone mudded that a little bit. I'll try to find all the mud spots, guys. You know, that's always a pet peeve of mine. When you don't know about it. Anyway, 1956 Pontiac 4-door hardtop Starchief.